Hey everyone, exciting news. I got my Lancome Audacity eyeshadow palette today. It has like a million different colors. Well, maybe just fewer than a million. And it's so exciting. I've got my smoky look that I did with it today, and I'll show you exactly how I did that. Okay, Lancome Audacity in Paris. It's all fingerprinted up because I've been using it and using it and using it. So exciting. It's got this cute graphic on the front with a lady's legs walking over the buildings in Paris. Then you open it up and it's a complete mess because I've been playing with it. 16 colors in it. They all have names. They're on the back here. So I can tell you exactly which ones I used today because they actually have names. So this graphic on here is a sticker, but it's so cute. I mean, why would you want to take that off? Unless you really want to use the mirror, and I don't really use mirrors on palettes anyway. So I did a smoky kind of look today, and that is going towards this end of the palette. We've got smokies, and then we've got very everyday light colors here. A lot of a peach tone in here in this palette, toward that end, pinks and peaches. So it comes with a double-ended brush. Not that big of a fan of this kind of brush. It's very plasticky feeling bristles, very synthetic-y, not really anything that I want to use. Today I did the smoky. Here's how it turned out. I think it turned out really well. Really happy with it. Lancome has some awesome products, as we all know. So what I did with this today is I put the color called Nuit. It is the prettiest blue, midnight blue, I guess you'd call it. Beautiful. It's got some sparkle in it. I put that on the outer corner and the inner corner, and then I sort of gently connected the two through the middle of the crease, very lightly, and with that same color. Then in the actual crease, I put the color called Volcano. Volcano is this beautiful taupe right here, sort of satiny taupe. I put that in the upper crease, and then on top of that, as sort of a transition, I put the color called Voyage, which is an interesting dusty peach, dusty rosy peach right there. That's a really pretty color. Put that on a transition up here, and then for my highlight, I did this really pretty color called Choquette. It looks very peach here, but it has a very light neutral satin finish, very pretty. I lined under my eyes, of course, with the Nuit, and then in the middle of my lid I put Joie, J-O-I-E. It's a glittery champagne-y taupe right here. So really pleased with how that came out today. So this is the smoky version of it. Was expensive. It was 68 bucks, but there's a lot going on for you in this palette. Picked up today at Walmart. This is the only place I can find this stuff right now. I have been wanting to try this. It's L'Oreal Voluminous Superstar Double-Ended Mascara. There's a primer on one end and a black mascara on the other. Okay, new mascara. Voluminous Superstar by L'Oreal. I got it in blackest black, and it has one on one end and two on the other. So you start with one, which is your primer layer. Primer, let's see what it looks like. Oh, so you pull the actual base off. Okay. Here is the interesting sort of hourglass shape brush with a white primer. And I've used primer type eyelash products before, so we'll see how this one stacks up. I've never really seen much of a difference when you prime your lashes as far as, you know, the colored part not flaking or any of that stuff, staying on. But this is supposed to be like a volume building type of deal here. Like a volume building primer, not, you know, that's how they, and you know, this is going on really nice. It's going on much nicer than any other primer I've ever used. It's a lot, I would say, liquidier than your normal primer. A lot smoother. It's really going on nicely. It's going on real evenly across my entire lash, which I don't always get that with primers. They're, you know, a lot of times they're kind of dry. I'm going to let it dry just a little bit before I put my black coat on, because if you let the two mix, then eventually your black coat will turn gray. That's what I've noticed with a lot of this kind of stuff. Okay, so once again, you're pulling the, you would think, you know, you'd pull this and it would have the brush on it, but this is the actual little base for it. Now they say that this has fibers in it, and I can see some fibers, just a few sticking out, not like that Lorac Pro Plus fiber or anything, which is a total mess right now. So let's see, it's not, you know, big bushy fibers like some fiber mascaras. This is nice. Look at that. Wow. Okay, it is building my lashes like big time. Yeah, this is nice. It has a bit of a chunk to it. It's not a smooth cream-like feel. You're not seeing a bunch of fibers sticking out either. Pretty nice. Let's see how it looks on our lowers. Wow. Look, even my lower lashes have volume. Yeah, it is definitely, wow. Look, I don't have all those thin, spidery little lashes on my lower lashes. So much more volume, especially on these lower ones. So look at the volume. Look at my lower lash volume. I mean, they don't look like that. They're usually real spindly, long, skinny, individual lashes. These have chunked them up quite a bit. Very easy to put on. The primer went on really smooth. So when I'm wanting a whole lot of volume on my lashes, I'm going to be switching from my wonderful, wonderful CoverGirl Supersizer to using this for, you know, when I really want volume. Really good product. Love it. Hi, I just wanted to show you a lighter look that I did with the Audacity palette. And yes, this is my new purple hair. You'll see more of that in my next video. But I used the lighter end of the palette today. I put on my lid a color called, which is a dusty rose kind of. Voyage went on my lid. And then in the crease, I did a little bit of this really intense purple, but it didn't come out all that intense actually on me. Zip Me Up, it's called. It's purple. And then above the crease, I did Volcano, which is a taupe, just slightly. And then for my highlight, I used Choquette, which is a really pretty peach kind of shine. And I lined underneath in Audacious, and I put some of that in my inner corner, or my outer corner also. Audacious is just a chocolate brown satin. So this palette, I think it's a nice palette. There's a lot of pretty colors. It seems like Lancome really excels in their darker shades. I really like this one right here. The purple is pretty, but it's not very purple pigmented. It's kind of muddy. But they usually seem to excel in like their deep grays or deep blues. I've noticed that with them. There's a lot of really light colors down here that kind of, to me, are very similar in their color. They're not all that different. So as far as the palette, I think it's okay. It's especially good, I think, if you want to do the smoky end. But for the light, everyday stuff, these kind of are some repeats or very close shades down here. I don't think it's really a must-have palette. It was very expensive, $68 for the 16 colors. So don't think it's a must-have. So stay tuned for my next video. You'll be able to see more of my purple hair, and I'll see you later.